The Arrowverse has been setting up the crisis for a while now, a crisis that was dated to start near the end of 2019, and I definitely expected it to start maybe the week before the actual crossover, or maybe even in the first episode. However, it started like 2 months before I expected it to. It was in the first episode of Arrow Season 8. Oliver goes to Earth-2, and by the end of the episode, an antimatter wave completely destroys it, as the antimatter destroys the universe. Now, this was an insane twist to me, as Earth-2 was, to me, a universe that was completely safe from being destroyed in the upcoming crossover, and even now for a bunch of reasons. For one, Earth-2 was one of the 5 universes that survived the original comic books crossover, one of the only 5. Now, I don't think that's going to be the exact same 5, nor do I think that it's likely that there are only going to be 5 or even maybe a total of 5 universes. However, considering not only was it one of the 5 universes in the original comic, and also it was the universe that was used to introduce the concept of the multiverse back in the Flash Season 2, and we already have beloved characters like Jesse Quick, Harry Wells, as well as Black Canary from the universe. I definitely expected the universe to survive, and for it to combine into the new Earth in the upcoming crossover, and definitely near the end of it. However, in the end of Arrow Season 8, Episode 1, the universe was destroyed, and everybody in it, or almost everybody in it, died as well. Now, this does bring up the question, if Earth-2 is dead and completely destroyed, does that mean that all the characters that we didn't see on screen actually survive? Did they die? Like Harry Wells, Jesse Quick, the entirety of Gorilla City, and all the other characters we know from Earth-2, did they die along with the rest of their universe? Well, in this video, I'll go over basically every Earth-2 character and determine whether or not I think they survived or died the actual destruction of their universe, because in the comics, there were a couple characters who survived the destruction of the universe, namely Pariah, Lady Quark, Superboy Prime, and really that's it. But there are definitely a couple characters. However, in the Arrowverse, it seems like it's a lot easier to actually survive the destruction of your universe, as all you need to do is be in another universe, which a couple characters have already confirmed to do that. Namely, in the actual episode, we see Laura Lance, aka the Black Canary, going to Earth-1 as her universe is destroyed, and we know by the trailers in for the second episode that she was successful in surviving. So that's already one survivor from the destruction of Earth-2, Laura Lance, aka the Black Canary. But other than Black Canary, there are actually 2 other characters who we can determine survived the destruction of the universe, and like Black Canary, both of them were villains who worked for Zoom and kind of reformed a little bit, namely Linda Park, aka Dr. Light, who after serving Zoom trying to kill the Flash, she managed to escape and was never seen from again after the Flash Season 2 episode, I think it was either 4 or 5, but either way, she is still on Earth-1 and survived the destruction of her universe, or at least we can assume she did. I mean, it's possible, but not likely that she did return to Earth-2, maybe trying to live her life again on her universe, and then was caught in the destruction of her universe, but it's much more likely that she just stayed in Earth-1, probably created a new life where she isn't a criminal, or isn't thought to be a criminal, and she survived the destruction of her universe. A character who we can determine 100% survived the destruction of his universe is Shay Landon, aka King Shark, another criminal or former criminal who worked for Zoom and now is kind of a good guy. Shay Landon was on Earth-1 during the destruction of his universe as King Shark, and we actually saw him in Season 5 near the end, so it's pretty recent, the last time we saw him, so we can determine that he was 100% on Earth-1. So that's already 3 characters, all characters who were former villains working for Zoom: Laura Lance, aka the Black Canary, Linda Park, aka Dr. Light, and Shay Landon, aka King Shark. All, like I said, worked for Zoom, used to be villains, and are now either heroes or at least not villains. So that's basically the best way to survive the destruction of Earth-2, be a former criminal who worked for Zoom and now is on Earth-1 as either a hero or just not a criminal. But I do think, aside from those obvious, basically confirmed 3 characters, there might be one more character who did survive the destruction of this universe, and that's Jesse Quick. For one, there's no way they would kill her off screen on an episode of Arrow, as she is a recurring character on The Flash, or was for a while, and definitely was a character who I thought was pretty good. That is until Enter Flash Time, where she became a great character, and I really wanted to see her come back, and there's absolutely no way they would kill her off screen after all of this character development for the character, and also no way would she be killed off in an episode of Arrow unless it's a crossover episode. That being said, it's also likely that she survived the destruction of her universe, considering she's she's a speedster. Speedsters have the ability to run to other universes, even without the help of any other external sources, so that she definitely had the ability to run to another universe, and if she was about to be killed by the destruction of her universe, I see no reason why she wouldn't do exactly that. So I do think Jessie Wells, aka Jessie Quick, for both of those reasons. Like, one, they wouldn't kill her off screen and also on Arrow, but also she is capable of going to another universe while her universe is being destroyed. I think we can determine that Jessie Quick is currently alive somewhere out there. The question is Harry Wells alive? Harry Wells could definitely have had an interdimensional extrapolator, or maybe Jessie Wells carried him to another universe, but I think it would be better if we ever see Jessie Quick again, which I feel like we probably might, maybe in the crossover, although she has not been confirmed. If we do, then we should see a flashback where Harry Wells tells Jessie Quick to, like, run Jessie run as the universe is being destroyed, and Harry Wells dies as well with the rest of his universe, while Jessie Quick does manage to escape. So I do think, while Harry Wells should probably have died in that actual destruction, I do not think should have died off screen. So if we ever see Jessie Wells come back, we should definitely see that death in a flashback. It could be emotional, it could be definitely a great death, but either way, he should not have died off screen if he did. And again, neither should Jessie, but also Jessie has the means of escaping. So I do think characters like Black Canary, Dr. Light, King Shark, but now also Jessie Quick are 4 characters who survived the destruction of this universe, but I don't think anybody else could have. We already know that Tommy Merlin, aka the Dark Archer, Moira Queen, Dinah Drake, and Renee Ramirez all died in the destruction of their universe, but I do think basically every other named character in this universe had no way of escaping either, unless they had some sort of external help. Maybe some of them were helped by the Monitor, the Anti-Monitor, where we didn't see it, or maybe some superhero or some speedster or some breacher from another universe saved them, but if that didn't happen, then none of these characters could have survived the destruction of the universe. I already mentioned Harry Wells, but then there's also the entirety of Gorilla City, including Solivar, Adrian Chase, aka The Hood, which is a shame because I really wanted to see him again, Malcolm Merlin, Barry Allen, Iris West, Floyd Lawton, even Bruce Wayne, and Walter Steele, who was mentioned. All of those characters, and even the people on Barry's phone on Earth-2, Hal, Bruce, which is probably Bruce Wayne, but also Diana, none of these characters could have survived the destruction of Earth-2, meaning the only survivors were Black Canary, Dr. Light, King Shark, and Jessie Quick, 3 of whom were ex-criminals who worked for Zoom and are currently on Earth-1, and Jessie Quick is nowhere to, or her whereabouts are currently unknown, but she definitely wasn't an ex-criminal who worked for Zoom in the slightest. So with the destruction of Earth-2, those are the characters who I think survived. 3 of them are already confirmed, but one of them, Jessie Quick, has not been, but I really hope she has been, or she will be confirmed to be currently alive and survived the destruction of our Earth. Either way, the destruction of Earth-2 is incredibly surprising, a great twist for the ending of our Season 8, Episode 1, and it's crazy that the crisis already began, but this definitely kind of throws a wrench in whatever theory I had and all those videos I made going over which universes I expect to combine into one at the end, as every single time I mention those 5 universes, Earth-2 was always there, but now that will not be the case.